Hey guys, as you can see here, this is my Thinkpad T470. I got this I think a bit over a week ago. I had a T430S, but the keyboard broke, so I decided it wasn't worth to fix, so I decided to just get this laptop. So as you can see, it is it is in decent condition for a 7-year-old laptop. Doesn't seem to be used a lot heavily. As you can see, it does have the bigger 72 watt hour battery on the bottom. Under this cover, it has the small 24-hour watt battery. And just open it up. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Again, it's not too bad for a 7-year-old laptop. Obviously, it is used. As you can see here, I do have DB and Trixie installed. I'll just quickly put my password in. So as for the specs of this laptop, I'll just go here. It does have a Core i5 6200U. 12GB of RAM. It did have 8GB, but it was single channel, so I decided to just upgrade it to 12GB because that's all I had for this laptop. A HD 520, obviously. Yeah, that's the specs of it. And it does have a 1080p touch display, which is kind of odd because all of the other T470 I've seen online being sold with the CPU, they all have the 1366 by 768 display. This one is 1080p touch, so I am a bit on the luckier side. So yeah, it is touch. And this is a keyboard. Again, it's not backlit, but it still feels good to type on. Hopefully at a later point I will try to get a backlit keyboard for this laptop. So as for stuff like the battery life, again, I did test it I think just last night. As you can see here, it's not bad. It's around 6 hours 8 minutes with with 50 or so percent. And Debian also runs about the same. I think it did run a little better, but yeah. And as for the performance of this thing, on Windows it is around 989 single core score on Geekbench 62077 on the multi-core, so it is a step up from my old T430S. I think the T430s on the multi-core scored like 1200 or something like that. On Linux it's higher, 1060 single core, 2170 on multi-core. Again, it's higher than Windows. It's definitely an improvement over the old T430S that I had, and it actually it runs much cooler, quieter than the T430S. It's more efficient as well, because it is after all the CPU is much newer than it. The T430S had a i5 3320M. That's an Ivy Bridge CPU. So yeah, there's that. And as for gaming, again, I will get Minecraft loaded up just to show you how how it, just to get an idea of how it runs. Just quickly get the fan software up. Just plug my mouse in so I can play much easily. I am reducing the resolution to 1600 by 900 because I believe Minecraft does actually perform a lot better. And if you are on KDE, on X11, you might want to press I think it's FN Alt Shift F12. This disables a compositor. When it's on in X11, it just causes the performance to go down. On Wayland it's not so much of an issue, but here I'm not using Wayland, I'm using X11. Just quickly put it to default. I do have the tuxedo control center. Again, this allows something Debian. This allows something greater CPU, something power control, like clock speed control. So you can easily save power that way. There is TLP, but I decided it doesn't work as well. But this something works well even on Debian, even though it's not obviously it's not a tuxedo laptop. So okay, these are my settings. Yeah, these are the settings I have on thing, and of course I am using the faithful texture pack, faithful texture pack. Sorry, and just show you how that performs. As you can see, the performance is actually quite decent on the thing. It is quite decent for a HD 520. Again, it's probably a 9-year-old integrated graphics at this point. It's not the best. You're not gonna play intensive games on, but for older games, for simple games, yeah, it will run just fine. Just really well. So yeah, pretty much it runs really well. Obviously you're not gonna run shaders, but if you're just running a few light texture packs, a few light mods, this laptop can handle it. Again, I think there are models out there with the 940MX. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have it, but if you do find a model with the 940MX, these should run somewhat better than the HD 520 that's in here. So overall, my thoughts on the ThinkPad T470, that it is actually a really good laptop. It's definitely better than the T430S that I had from before. Again, the battery life on it is really decent. Is really decent, all things considered. It's a 7-year-old laptop. Again, it does have two batteries, so even if the external one drains, it will just go towards the internal, and that will give you an extra. There are models out there with the 48 hours thing at the back, but with the 72 watt hours, it's the biggest thing you can get, and it brings the laptop to a total of 90 I think like 95 watts or something like that. But again, it is really good. Again, it is a 7-year-old laptop, so bear in mind it does have a dual core. So probably I'm thinking you might probably if you want a bit more, then you have to go with something that's a bit more newer, maybe a T480, because they have quad cores. This one is dual cores. But if you're just looking for a normal laptop, to do basic stuff, like pushing it that hard, yeah, it is pretty decent. Just be aware that of course that there are a few configurations. This one I feel like it's a bit rare, like it's a custom configuration, because it does after all have the 1080p touchscreen. So I hope this helps. Like, this is my first time doing a review. I know I didn't sound that I know I'm not that great. I might not be great at it, but this is my first time trying to do it. So just subscribe, just like, subscribe. Yeah, hopefully this video helps you on deciding whether if this whether if a 7-year-old laptop like the T470 is worth buying in 2024.